Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Quick Draft Dominaria United. Our first pick, there's this thing, which, 2 mana 2/3 is fine. The ability doesn't really matter. Fortunately, there's something much better, a Knight of Dusk's Shadow. Sprouting Goblin, also very good. Tallest Lookout, not too bad either. But I'll just take the Knight of Dusk's Shadow, a really solid card, carries you in the early game, and in the mid game, and in the late game. Just a beast. I could be convinced Sprouting Goblin is better, but I'd rather not be. Nothing here really screams out to me. I'll probably just take a War Leech. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be Urg? I have not been very impressed with Urg pretty much ever. It's really nice when it sticks on the board and like you have time, right? If you play this early, it's great to scry every turn. It's a pretty crummy creature, but it's a source of quasi draw. You get to discard the lands you don't want. But in this format, you sometimes end up wanting the lands anyway. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to take the Strike Team. It's really good in red-white and fine in red. Even Essence Scatter is probably not a terrible pick. But I'm going to take the Leech. Just give me like a solid creature. Well, okay, it's a 0/0, but it might be better sometimes. Take up the shield? Vohar? Fires a victory? I think take up the shield is probably best. It's really nice in any deck that has like a creature focus anyway. Like, okay, not the red-blue decks I've been playing, but any white deck is generally pretty happy to have this. Vohar would be nice if we had wind up in blue, I guess. You know what? Given that we look like we're probably black anyway, this is not so committal as take up the shield. I guess I could just take Shadow Prophecy, but I don't like it that much. Give me Vohar. See if we can do some Dimir spells garbage again. We did that once, didn't we? Splatter Goblin's fine. Everything else here kind of stinks. Combat Research is good if you have, like, the right card, which is specifically Balmor. Even though I think I had it offered to me once when I had Balmor and I didn't take it. I think that is like the best card for it. Also, I guess the blue, the 2 mana 2/1, the Haunting Figment, right? That's another kind of fun one because you can sneak by. I don't think a land would be totally unreasonable here. Maybe even Shalai's Acolyte, but I like the Goblin, dude. I guess you could also try a Shield Wall Sentinel just to like stay open to something good in the next pack. You know, get some cool defenders maybe as a potential win condition. Blue-black can do that. Yeah, I'm actually not that impressed with Splatter Goblin. Let's just have this as an option, I think. Tribute to Urborg should be quite good in this deck. If we stick with blue anyway, which is not yet guaranteed. The red-black land is okay. Joda's Codex, maybe. I mean, the Phalanx is kind of interesting, right? It's a pretty good card to still be here. Likewise, oh, I thought this was a strike team. It's not. Flowstone Infusion is pretty good, too. There's actually a lot of good red and black in this pack, especially if you include the land. But I'm just going to take a Tribute to Urborg. No one ever got fired for buying Tribute to Urborg, right? Blight Pile is good. Probably better than Urborg Repossession. Blight Pile this late is kind of surprising. A hint that maybe the Defender's deck could work out. I don't think we want a Codex. I don't think we want any of this white or blue stuff. Necromass is fine. Pick 8, Niall? I don't think I can take it, but I'm kind of baffled. I'll take an impulse. Academy Wall? Fits in the Defender's theme and the Instance theme. Impulse would be okay. Strike Team's still here. This is such a weird... The bots are so weird. Shore Up's fine. I mean, I don't know. This is such a bad card. Maybe I could just take this in case we wind up... No, we've seen actually more red than green by a lot. If we end up in anything weird, it's going to be red, I think. So far we've got like 4 blue spells. I don't think Steel Crusher is ever going to make it into this deck, so maybe the Battle Rage Blessing does somehow. Shadow Prophecy is fine. What is this guy's deal? He likes dragons. So 3 mana, 3 menace. Okay. Rona's Vortex is pretty good. For blue-black? Yeah, give it to me. Flyer would also be okay. Another tribute to Urborg? I don't think we can justify taking Balmor here. Djinn of the Fountain. Not the strongest card, but, you know, we need a win condition. Tolarian Terror, that's a lot better. Cult Conscript is totally fine. Do I need to, like, prioritize Bone Splinters for some reason? I don't think so. Maybe if I already had a Cult Conscript, I could do that. I mean, we don't have any removal. No, we have 2 tributes. I think we're doing fine. Yeah, just give me a Cult Conscript. It fits so well into the things that Black wants to do. Grab the red-blue land, probably. I don't think we have anything yet that wants red, but we do have at least one card that cares about domain, and we might get something that wants to kick red. Cut down looks nice. Impulse would also be fine. I mean, Sabotage? I've definitely seen worse cards. It's a value destroyer. I think Mind Rot is actually like okay in this format. Sure, we'll take it for now. Founding the Third Path is pretty garbage. Being able to like recur a Shadow Prophecy or Tribute to Urborg would be pretty cool. But I think we probably just take the Scrying Turtle, right? Shore Up's okay. I can't believe Balmor is still here. Do I need a Tattered Apparition? Probably not. Do I need a second Shore Up? Also probably not. But instants are good, and Shore Up is a decent instant. Impulse is lovely. Certainly over the Battlefly Swarm. Cut down's got to be better than Negate. Urtai Resurrected. There's a card. It's not like insane, but it is pretty good. We're not missing out on much here either. Happy to take it. Another Balmor. We obviously can't take the Defiler of Vigor. It would just be horrible. Extinguish the Light looks like a standout. Like, do we have too much removal? I don't think so. We have like 2 cut downs and 2, where is it? Tributes? And a Vortex? I mean, Give me more. I'll take it. No, this is it. This is the one we want. I guess I should start looking at what we're cutting here. The sabotage can go. Gin of the Fountain. I mean, we're in an instance deck. Being able to dodge removal with it is kind of funny. Could probably check out the Splatter Goblin. It's not really that amazing. The Shield Wall Sentinel is probably no good. We haven't found a Chaplain by now. We're not going to. Maybe if we got, you know, another Blight Pile and a Barricade or two, we could put it back. Okay. Given all that, I think Extinguish the Light is still the best card here. Again? Sure. Rona is not an especially good card. But what if it is? Like, I'm probably supposed to just take one of these two black cards. I think Tribute to Urborg is probably fine. I know I have, like, 5 removal spells already, but I like having more. It helps with the Tolarian Terrors. And just generally with winning the game. Micromancer looks strong. Alright, tons of 1-mana cards we could pick up. Blech. I don't think we really need another Impulse. In fact, we should probably cut the one at least one of the ones we have. We just have so many instances that, like, I don't know. Do we really need all this stuff? Did I end up finding any use for red? I know I have one card that cares about Domain. I don't know if it's even worth running this for that. For the chance that Shadow Prophecy draws an extra card. Yeah, nothing else cares about red at all. Well, it's clearly the pick here, even if we don't run it. Okay, I think I'm happy to get one Apparition to just like have a little bit of flying win condition, because we didn't really get much of win condition here. We have some solid control tools, but at some point you have to do something. And I don't know what exactly that thing that we're going to do is. First of all, let's get rid of these stupid lands. This way, I can't forget to run the nice lands. And also, I don't think we want the red-blue land at all. So, Gin of the Fountain is a potential win condition. That's why I don't want to cut it. Terror obviously is great in addition to being a potential win condition. Necromass seems perfectly fine. I don't know if the War Leech turned out that great. I guess it is a potential 7/7 eventually. Maybe we can get rid of the turtle. It seems like a pretty weak creature. I don't know about Rona. It's going to do some damage to opponent. And it can keep coming back. Maybe. But it's sort of hard to, like, have 2 cards to spend on this. I think Academy Wall is a hero. Vohar should be good. Maybe that's all the draw I need, actually, is Vohar. Maybe I can throw out the Shadow Prophecy and stuff like that. Just say, you know what, I have Vohar to draw for me. I don't think the Blight Pile's doing much anymore. It is a 2-mana 3/3. And that's nice. The damage is not really significant, though. And I don't think the creature really is either. Cult Conscript, I guess, is okay. We don't really have anything to synergize with it, but it's just fine on its own. I don't think I need many shore-ups, because none of my creatures are especially valuable. There's the Tolarian Terror, but it already has Ward, so it's already a bit protected. Maybe we could cut a Negate and 1 Tribute. I think this is still plenty of instants and sorceries. Is there anything I was supposed to put in the deck that I forgot about? Splatter Goblin, Sabotage, those both don't really seem worth it. We got to keep a bunch of removal. I guess you could cut the Battlefly Swarm to put the Blight Pile back in. But it's a great blocker, and that's all I really want from the Blight Pile anyway. I think Battlefly Swarm does a better job at blocking. Well, it's hit and miss, right? Battle Swarm is worse against a 2/2 than Blight Pile is, but it's better against a lot of things. Okay, let's give this one a try. Oh, it's invalid. You're right. I have to put some lands in. Okay, fair enough. This one looks fine. Are we doing 8 and 8, or what's the deal? Seems about right. Oh, I got up to 23, including 1. I thought that was including 0 lands, but it was including 1 land. So actually we have space to put 1 card back in. I think an Impulse or a Negate are probably the best choices. Maybe a Blight Pile or an Urborg Tribute. I think we have a lot of removal, though. We don't really need the Urborg. I think I'd probably rather have the Impulse than the Blight Pile. Just draw into some of the potential win conditions while making the Tolarian Terror cheaper. Or draw into removal if that's what I need. That's the nice thing about Impulse, right? You can get a card that is useful in the current circumstances rather than having to get like the... If it just said like pick... If you had to like before the game started sort your whole deck in terms of how, you know, worst to best, and then Impulse was like, look at the top 4 cards, choose the best one among them from your original sorted list. How good would it be? I don't really know. I think I'm going to discard the Necromass here so that this becomes an 8/8. But anyway, Impulse as it is obviously a lot better than that, because you get to choose, like, sometimes you want to land, sometimes you don't want to land. Sometimes you need removal, sometimes you need a threat, right? Where were you last turn? Oh, not an 8/8, a 7/7. That's fine, though. I mean, I should discard Rona. But Rona's actually playable sort of soon, right? And a 4-mana 7/7 is no joke. Opponent has blue as well, huh? This looks mostly like a Boros aggro list so far. Citizen's Arrest or something? You can't have that. Prayer of Binding? Oh no, Citizen's Arrest. Yeah, this is white. You could do that. It's a bird. Okay. I don't know what I would discard here. Maybe the Rona. Maybe I just like draw a shore up and throw it away. That's fine, I guess. Okay, I don't really want the island. I think we swing for 7, right? And just run out of 3/4, which is a perfectly fine blocker. It's not as overwhelming as a 7/7 was, but I think we want to put them under some life pressure. Rather than just hold this back and say, haha, you can't attack me very easily. Hey! It's kind of annoying. Well, it's a good thing I attacked, because they were bouncing this anyway. I got in 7 free damage. I mean, I don't think I want the land. I could play like a 4 and hold open shore up, but I don't know if that even matters that much. Like, extinguish the light on this is kind of cute. Maybe I don't need both extinguish the lights right now, and I do need the lands. Yeah, that seems okay. Alright, that card doesn't really matter, I don't think. They're just gonna get in 3 damage again. Ooh, Tribute to Urborg. That would only give -3 right now, huh? But that's enough to kill the flyer, which is pretty good. Or I could discard the shore up and then it would kill this or the flyer. But I think I'll just get rid of the flyer here. I know I said I wanted the land. Turns out everything else is better. Alright, but I will play a land here, so they have more mana available. And doing this main phase, I think... Yeah, with 1 red mana, there's not much they can do about this. Do I swing with the 7/7? Probably not, right? Well, I could, I suppose. Oh, I should have held up... If I was going to attack, I should have done it before using this, so if they tried a multi-block, I could blow them out. My concern is that they may make some attack, like enlist something and swing with 5 damage, for example. And then my 7/7 is like, oh no, they have Furious Bellow, I can't block, right? So if I'm not blocking anyway, I think I might as well swing at them. And I have Shore Up to untap if I really want to, although I think I probably would rather play the Knight. What is this plan? Well, so this resolves, that's fine. So you're planning to make this a 9-5 and then do what to it? You'll be tapped out. How are you coming up with 5 damage? I'll allow it. Let's see how they want to block. Because I do have shore up to make it into a 10-6, if that seems useful. Right, they have to keep in mind that I might do that, and so they have to double block like this. That's fine. You know, the leech 3-for-1, right? How can you be mad about that? It ate up a Flowstone Infusion, and an Amplifier, and a War Brood, or whatever this thing is. Yeah, War Brood. If I hadn't thought so long about letting their spell resolve, they might not have been sure I had shore up and would maybe have made a worse block. But, I don't know. I wanted to make sure I got it right, I guess. Alright, what's your trick? Heroic Charge. That's fine. You get in for 5 and you kill Rona. Nobody really cares about that. Plenty of deck left, I might as well. Okay, they give up. Great. Well, good job, War Leech. That was a War Leech game. No, Vohar actually huge carry that game. I got so many lands discarded from Vohar, right? Also gained a little life, did a little damage. I don't think it ever like. No, that's right. It actually discarded and extinguished the light, which kind of funny. All right. Well, good start. Okay, we have Carp Spirit as opponent. And no islands is a little awkward, but I have the Battlefly Swarm and Night of Dusk Shadow for a starter, and then Grotto as my quasi-blue source if nothing else better shows up. It seems pretty good. I have a little bit too much late game, but I also have 2 really solid early game cards. I think I play this first. Great. Nothing to do next turn, but this island unlocks both Extinguish the Lights and also makes me closer to having like double blue, which I would like to have. Hate those chaplains, huh? Yeah. Well, I don't think I have anything better to do than just kill it. Probably they're just going to bring it back and get even more fucking birds, but I couldn't have used Tribute, right? Yeah, it would have only been -2. Okay. Well, you stopped me in my tracks, as Chaplain always does. There's another one. Yeah, well, at least we got rid of the first, and I can get rid of this one too now. But there's still 4 birds left over that I can't really deal with. If I attack with this and double pump, I guess it just trades for the barricade, right? Yeah, let's kill the other chaplain. I guess I need to block a bird with my Battlefly Swarm, because I'm not quite up to the Djinn yet. Yeah, of course. Of course. Alright, I think I'm about out of here. You just can't deal with this many fucking birds. What are you supposed to do about all the damn birds? Well, okay. You know what I can do is kill another wall. Then maybe Djinn of the Fountain next turn can do something if I top deck an island. No islands. Attacking should get in, so I guess I'll go for it. Actually, I should have impulsed during combat. So I would know whether I need the mana this turn. The island is really tempting. Yeah, I think I need an island most of all. So I missed the damage there. Should have pumped this. I don't think that's going to be why I lose the game, though. I think it's going to be because they played 3 chaplains in 6 turns. Or, I don't know, 7, whatever. It hasn't been very many. There's number 4. Yeah, very funny. Okay, I'm out of here. I mean, this was just obviously unwinnable. Sure. Impulse on 2 is fine. Cut down on 1 could happen. Both of those turn on Urborg a bit better. Domain, it looks like. No guarantees, of course. Oh yeah, I'm happy to run this out, of course. I guess it could get countered. Oh well. The domain decks don't usually have that many counter spells, I don't think. Ooh. Mana, 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 colors everywhere. I'm impulsing this turn, question mark? Actually, I don't mind cutting this down in case it screws their colors up a bit. And if I'm doing that, yeah, impulse seems fine. So let's impulse first. I guess I could have pumped this for damage. That doesn't seem as good. Extinguish the Light is a good tempo play. It's a pretty good card, too. Now, what do I do with this? I could kill it in numerous ways, well, the number specifically being 3. I have 3 different 4-mana ways to get rid of it. I think this creature, I don't super mind if they bring it back, and so therefore I will tribute to Urborg it. If I really were worried, like if this were Tatyova or something on turn 6, I would be using Rona's Vortex to bottom it. But I'm just going to kill it the normal way, and using the less flexible removal spell to save, well, I don't know, in some ways it's more flexible, I guess. This one can gain life, but it can kill anything. This one probably can kill anything for 4 mana. But not anything, right? If they play the 7 mana, the 7/7, they could be in some trouble with that, right? Alright, I mean, I think I have a chance here to play out the Leech. It's only a 2/2 right now, but it's about to get bigger. I said the Leech was a 4/4 when I picked it up because I assumed I would be using Extinguish the Light soon. Turns out that got delayed a little while. I think that's fine. By the time we attack with it, it'll be a 4/4, and that's what matters. If they play like a red-black land and then attack and get a counter on this, it's not a big deal. Any decisions over there, opponent? The War Leech has you so gobsmacked you just fell out of your chair? No. Well, this one can go first, I guess. Actually, I could kill this first, because that turns this into a 4/4 and I get to attack anyway. And this is doing more damage to me, right? Sure. Swing with this, threatening to make it a 4/4? I don't know if that's actually any good. Because if they do double block, Shore Up absolutely ruins me. And even without Shore Up, I just get to like trade these two and also spend 4 mana for the privilege. I think I'm just going to extinguish that too. Whoa, what a card. Nobody runs this. Huh. So now, threatening to make this a 4/4 is actually pretty cool. Because I have a bounce spell if they try a multi-block. Which one do I want to kill and which do I want to bounce? I don't think I want to let them have the Battle Wing Mystic back. It draws 2 cards. So I need to kill Joyra. Is this good? Would I rather have the flyer? I think I'd rather have the flyer. Should have spent colorless instead of blue on the pump, I guess, of course. Okay, we got him to give up. Which is good, because I had finally run out of removal. Oh, any dailies to reroll? What's the deal with this stuff? Green or blue, green or red, get out of here. Attack with creatures. Okay, I'm on it, boss. This is not a helpful tip to a draft player. If I need to look for my mythic rares, I know where to find them. They're in my deck. That's where they are. KDO. I don't know what that means. Maybe just initials. Who knows? Sure. Tribute to Urborg on 2. It's not a good hand. But as soon as I get to 4, I have some cool stuff going on, and in the meantime, I have a little bit of light removal. I actually don't know what I want yet. I might want another land or not. Actually, this is stupid, because on... I should have... Okay, phew. Because I want to play them like a Micromancer, but I don't want to do that right after I scry, right? And I can't play this because it's a 0/0. Yeah, take this action. Give me a... Probably a Rona's Vortex? I don't know. Yeah, red, blue, white has too many pump effects. Cut down is just going to miss when I try to target their like amplifier and then they pump it, right? So just give me a Vortex, I guess. Lightning Strike? Nothing. Okay. I'm not thrilled to use Extinguish the Light on this, but I think it's kind of my best play, right? You could alternatively try kicking this and see what happens, but you might just end up with a dead worm. Or leech. Maybe what we do is we attack here. If they try a trade, Tribute to Urborg is fine. Okay, they don't. Alright, I'm just going to extinguish that, I guess. Make sure that the leech gets to, like, be a card. And make sure that, like, Extinguish the Light resolves. I didn't cast it at a time when they could have shorted up or something. I'd rather save it for a bigger creature, don't for sure. Like, but now, what are the big things in my deck? Tolarian Terror, Writhing Necromass, Gin of the Fountain. Those are the only things bigger than 4. So I don't think that kicking this is really worth all that much. So if I'm not going to do that, I might as well play the Scry land. I want to play that next turn. So I could just Vortex this to the bottom, and that's something. But what if I just developed a 4/4 and said, fine, you want to trade them? Go ahead. I think that's the way to go. I don't know. Maybe if they want to trade them, I say no thanks. Because they're way more likely to have useful combat trick than I am. My shore up isn't going to save me most of the time. Yeah. If they try to remove it, fine, I'll use shore up. Actually, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll save that for Gin of the Fountain. Well, Gin of the Fountain can bounce when you play like anything, right? I have tons of instants, so maybe I have to use Shore Up to save this and something else to save Gin of the Fountain. Something like that. What is this all about? Geyser. I don't want them getting a card. And life. I think this is a great Shore Up. And it also means I don't have to worry about the attack anymore. What the hell? You gonna Flowstone Infusion to 2 for 1 yourself? I accept. That's great. Oh, I can't use Rona's Vortex to save this. It has to be on a creature I don't control. I keep forgetting that. Alright, but this is fine. Beginning of the next end step. Okay. Let's just put that back in your hand then. And I'll attack for 7. Okay. Sure. Go ahead. Do you have another plan, or is that it? Alright, I guess that's GG. Discarding a Tolarian Terror feels bad, man. Well, Well, you know, we ran out of resources at exactly the right time, right? Empty-handed, but had just enough to keep the Djinn of the Fountain on board. Well, they weren't trying to take it off board. They were trying to just, like, shut it down, and I was like, no thanks. That's what you dream the card can do, right? Is, like, they remove it, and you're like, I'll just bounce it. Or flicker it, I guess. Even better. But it doesn't always work out that well. Plus, it costs 6. It's so much. That's the main reason the card is not considered super amazing. It's just not because what it does is bad, but because it costs so much. If you can play it, like, yeah, of course, you're happy to have it. It's common 53. Sure. Any opening hand with Knight of Dusk Shadow and the mana to cast it is, generally speaking, playable enough. I would welcome some more lands, though. That's actually a pretty sweet draw. And then after this, a land? Okay. I mean, that's not good. Swamp, I guess? No. We hit a land, and it was even blue. Not that that super matters, but it's better than black at the moment. They didn't have removal for a 2/2 last turn, or at any rate, they didn't want to use it. So we may be able to get these to stick, or at least one of them. Alright, Keldon Strike Team unkicked is not so bad. Trying to decide what to Lightning Strike, it looks like. Ah, that's why the order. Okay. Wow. Tattered Apparition 2 for 1-ing? What the hell? What universe is this? Extinguish the Light works against pretty much everything except Shore Up, which they could use now anyway, so I'm going to wait till their turn to do it. So that it costs them this turn's mana, if they're going to do it. I don't know. This is kind of silly. It just saves me a bunch of life. I don't know. That was probably stupid. Who cares about my life total? Alright, well, I definitely care about this. I probably should have just let them hit me with that and, like... But what was I going to do with my mana that turn? Pump this for some extra damage? I don't know. It doesn't seem good. But I could have... Well, what I could have done is remove Tatyova. Yeah. I think the first Extinguish the Light was so stupid. I saw an opportunity to, like, save myself, I don't know, admittedly, like, 7 life or something and kill a token, but it's not as good as... just not doing that, I guess. Look at all this mana. Hang on. Opponent has a single blue, so they can't counter anything. They have so many lands. Where did this all... I mean, Slimefoot Survey, I guess. And the Weatherseed Treaty. I assume their domain is 5? Yeah. That's a card. This can become a 5/5, and trading here is pretty useful. Can I attack with everything? No, that's stupid. They could just block here, and I lose the leech for free and they take 5, but then they would be reasonably happy. Alright. You know, I don't get to play the Djinn yet, but I do get to trade the Knight of Dawn's Light for a 5/5. I said Dawn's Light, it's Dusk's Shadow. Oh, I don't like this. Someone with a ton of mana is like, here, let me pick out my 4 most expensive cards. Tell me which 2 I should have. They do have to have different powers, so they can't just pick anything. Pick 2 to put back into their library, huh? Well, this one. God, these are all so brutal. The flyer, I guess, so I can kill them with Djinn. Yeah, because they could cast it kicked, and I don't want that. I mean, admittedly, it would just be a 3/3 flyer, right? But I think these creatures are worse than that. The Hydromancer is very powerful, but it doesn't deal with what I have right now. Okay, they get to go digging now? That's nice. Yeah, maybe I should have... Well... I could have let them have the Pixie, I guess. That doesn't seem especially good. Do I want the 1 damage, or do I want the Scry? I want the 1 damage, right? It's a faster clock? I guess not, because I already had the shore up. But I want to have the shore up available to use defensively. They do, I guess, get to draw a card this way. If I had held this back, they wouldn't be doing that. Alright, that card is a nothing card, though. That card is a problem. Well, I have shore up. So it's bad, but it could be worse. I'm not in any danger of being killed, right? Yeah. So, I can shore this up to double trade and give this the +1/+1. Right? That seems best. So it doesn't matter the order I pick, but let's kill this. Oh, wow, they found one! Oh, this is just, they're just unkillable, man. Alright, impulse me. Impulse me. I want the scry? No. Just take the damage. Micromancer. I have Rona's Vortex under the Micromancer, right? Seems good. Alright, they finally gave up. They put up a serious fight. They spent a ton of time ramping, and then they got to play a bunch of big dudes. Like, how can you be mad that I just killed all your big dudes? This game would have been so much easier if I had just said, look at my life total right now. I spent a premium removal card on saving myself. Like, it wasn't even, the token wasn't even, they didn't have full domain yet. So it was going to do like 5 damage or something. I killed a 1/1 token, I saved myself 5 damage, and I gained 3 life. You know, that's a lot, but the 3 life I was going to get later anyway when I removed something, presumably. You know, for example, I could have used it on a scavenger. Or I could have just like used it on this monstrosity and killed them faster, right? So I think it was a huge mistake what I did there. And I'm lucky I got away with it. I got up for a break in between games, and I got confused, and I hit the stop recording button instead of the pause recording, and now I have to like edit those 2 splices together. I hate doing editing. Even though it's pretty easy when all you have to do is just splice 2 bits together. You don't have to like remove a sneeze or something. It's just a nuisance. I haven't had to edit anything since like... What? How could I tell? It would be... I don't know, whatever. It's too hard. I guess... Oh, whatever. I'm not going to look. Oh, who knew this is in the deck, huh? This is fine. I have Impulse or Tribute on turn 2. And then after that, who knows? So I definitely do need to play a Swamp and an Island so that I have both those options available. Did I even take a single dual land? I guess I didn't, right? It's just like Swamps, Islands, and 1 Grotto, I think. Oh my god, they did it. Two duels and then an untapped land to finish. This is just gross. I mean, the Gem of the Fountain is a little tempting, but it's pretty far away. I could just take Extinguish the Light. I think that's probably better. I mean, land doesn't seem that bad when I want it. I don't know, it actually kind of does. I have 4 already, and I have a bunch of 4-drops I want to play, and like, this is eventually going to be 7, maybe? But ideally I want to cast it when it's cheaper anyway. The turn 3 Sojourner, what a dream. You really do have to play like tap land on turn 1, then a tap land that doesn't overlap with it on turn 2, and then an untapped land of the remaining 5th color to do it. It's just, it's not easy. I've managed like turn 4, and that's not so hard, but turn 3 is tough. And it's going to be tough to beat too, of course. I have removal for it, so that's lovely. But I assume they're going to keep playing other big things and I'll fall behind? Question mark? Okay, well, at least I can Urborg that and get some value today. I don't like to because they already got to draw a land out of it, right? I'm 2 for 1ing myself here. Or they're doing it, because this card, it drew a card. Amazing. But, I don't know. At least it's only a land, although I suspect they're pretty happy with the land. This deck is going to be running a bunch of big cards. could actually run out Rona now. Airtie Resurrected will eventually deal with this. But I think this is fine. Ideally, you want Airtie Resurrected to counter spells, because like a spell could do something pretty big. Whereas, like, I don't know. I guess against this deck, killing a creature is going to be pretty impactful as well. So whatever I get out of this is fine. Can I get my life, by the way? They only paid 3 mana for the card. It should remember that and give me the 3 life. But of course, that's not how it works. Now, Gin of the Fountain is on bottom. And this card's already in hand. Oh my god. Well, that's what I get for not playing this, I guess. They couldn't bounce that effectively. What else is there in the deck that could be large? Tolarian Terror, right. So, like, milling that is... Milling with War Leech is not 100% insane, but it is probably pretty bad. I don't know. I'm wishing now I'd taken Gin of the Fountain, maybe. Except I played this, right? So... Yeah, let's just blow this up now. I'm not happy about it. But at least if they... I don't know. They might not even mind bouncing this, because they do get to draw a card for the thing they destroyed. So this is sort of like... It's not a 2-for-1, right? You destroy one of their cards, but you give them a card. And you wind up with an extra creature on the board, so... Card advantage-wise, it's just a normal creature. But the idea is that the tempo you gain from this is worth more. And I certainly feel like the board looks a lot better for me now than it did last turn, so good job on that. Jesus Christ. There's so much shit here. Oh, they're only on 4 lands? After all these cards they've drawn? And they had to discard... No, I don't think they had to discard something. Just casting that card was enough to get them back down to 7 cards. If I have the mana, I will be happy to kick this. Even if it doesn't... Like, if it hits Tolarian Terror, I'm actually kind of sad. Like, yes, I got a 7/7, but now I don't get a Tolarian Terror. But what I'm hoping is that it dumps a couple instants, making my tributes to Urborg and my Tolarian Terror better. Haha, got him. It also can make the this guy cheaper as well. Alright, it's still just a 4/4. Lost Vohar and Rona's Vortex. It's kind of bad. But we can just pretend those cards were on the bottom. And in the end, it made this cheaper. So that's valuable. Okay, nothing I can do about that. I guess this attack was too brave. it would be way better as a defender right now. I thought I wouldn't need one, but that's obviously kind of stupid. Like, having this as a defender, even if my 4/4 were alive, I'd prefer to trade like that, wouldn't I? So, pretty bad attack, I think. But surely, if I attack here, they can't kill the War Leech, right? Oh, you fucker. I should have tapped this. I don't want this. I want 2 black mana. Ugh. My fault, but also Autotap's fault. I don't think Cut Down is going to do anything against this deck, pretty much. Like, somewhere in there, yes, they have small creatures, like Rager or whatever. Oh, they milled Tatyova at some point. I missed that. Well, I'm sure they'll get it back with Urborg Repossession at some point. And then I'm going to be pretty dead. Like, no matter what they do, I'm going to be dead. How could I possibly not be dead here? Maybe some Jin of the Fountain shenanigans? Did I play more lands than I should have with Rona? Maybe. Ah, opponents rage quitting? We were just too powerful for them? They're like, come on! My mom always lets me win on turn 5. Why are you still here? Yeah, very funny. We're clearly way behind, though, so they haven't rage quit. They either had to get up and go to the bathroom, or they were just thinking. Okay, it turns out there is something for this to hit. Although, if they have any 2 instants, it misses. Yeah, having 2 black would be way better than having this open right now. Because I could afford to block like this and still have cut down available, which now is sort of hard. I guess I don't need to cut down that badly. Let's see what happens here. If they trample over me, I just, like, die. Sure Strike. Lots of things kill me. Or it's not Sure Strike, it's Furious Bellow. Because with Balmor, of course, everything has trample. Yeah, that'll do it, huh? I could have blocked here. I don't know. I felt like I needed to keep this alive, but I was dead. Well, I don't know. If I'd had an extra black mana, I could have cut down Balmor before they cast the Lightning Strike. So they would have to Lightning Strike in response, and then I would know it was going to have trample, and I could block with my 5/5. So, like, definitely mistakes were made there. I think we were in bad shape, like, the whole game. But I made some, like, plays that might not have been best. You know, I can't blame completely everything on luck or whatever. I'm just running into a stronger opponent. Playing Darth Scat. This actually is a good enough keep. I have a really strong first couple of turns with 2 swamps and 3 1-mana black cards. And after that, who knows? First time drawing this guy. No, I drew him once before, that's right. And it was in a game we won, no less. I assume no blocks here. Yeah. I'm also not blocking because I don't want to let them 2-for-1 me. I'll happily cut down the Raven Man, though. I'm a little surprised they're not attacking, actually. You would think they'd want this block to go through. Ah, but they also want to be able to block my 2-1. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't have to attack with it, so we're at a standoff here. I guess I also could have attacked. No, because I can't get them both to die except by blocking with the well, I could have, right? I could have attacked with this, and then if they block, I just pay 2 mana to bring it back because they're also killing my swarm. I think that would have been better than playing out Vihar, actually. I don't know. Vihar is going to do some sick digging soon, right? We hope. Okay, that's a good card. Except right now it's only a 2-2, so that's something anyway. I kind of think I want this island. What if I attacked with the 1-2 as well? No, that's bad. So this kills the bat, or the Battlefly Swarm as well. But I don't have anything better to do with my mana than... Yeah, that's why I did this. So it looks like a 2-for-1, but they just got to kill my flyer, really. And their leech is still tiny, tiny, tiny. Alright, that's a pretty big card. One, two. So this is -4, -4? I guess if they blocked, I could Herblore get to a 1-1 and be double trading into it. That doesn't seem that good, actually. No, wait. This ability. I was like, why is it showing me my graveyard? It's very expensive. This thing's bigger now too, though. So this is now -5, -5. But if I kill this, that becomes a 7/7. So that's definitely the wrong way to do things. Therefore, we tribute to Urborg this. And save Extinguish the Light for this guy next turn. I could jump a 2/1. I think that would be fine. Nice card. Really nice card. Insta-top. Play this now, right? I don't see much value in waiting. Or in developing the 5/5 first. That hurts. No. Stop. Why are you doing this? Well, I could have developed the 5/5 first, and then I'd have Extinguish the Light for Tatyova. Oh, I guess I do have it, don't I? Sort of. If I have to, I can sacrifice Vahar. Pick up Extinguish the Light, assuming I get enough mana for it. Which I didn't. Because it is sorcery speed, pay 2. And you have to cast it this turn. It doesn't go to your hand. I guess I could dump the Impulse here. Because I don't want to cast it anytime soon. And this doesn't cost mana. So if I hit a land off of this, which I don't. This is a serious threat, though. Sort of. Right, they're going to have flying lands in a sec. But once I find my 6th land... Oof. I can kill Tatyova, which puts their lands back on the ground where this can deal with them, and then my Jin can fly over top, hopefully? Has to be very soon. There it is. Okay, I don't think I want Vahar to do anything right now with this ability, so I'm... Well... There's 20 cards in my deck. I should see if I can get an instant or sorcery. No. But Rona's a good hit, actually. Attack? They just chump a 1/1. I don't think that's very good. Let them get in for 6 and I kill a 1/1. Seems horrible. Okay, that I don't mind too much. That's a little scary. I don't know. This is going to get scary pretty quickly. But so is all my stuff? Like, they have to kill me right away, no? I guess with the Root Walla, they may well do that. Is this worth playing, or do I save it for Rona? I don't think Rona's going to matter very much, huh? Well, it does damage when you cast instants and sorceries, right? Well, no combat, obviously. Oh, they're going to start gaining life off of Urg as well. I forgot about that. So the clock is not very fast. I don't know. I just have to lose... I just have to trade for the Root Walla here, I guess. This is a 5/5, so... I could let it in? I think I will, actually. This is stopping more than 5 damage a turn right now by deterring all these attacks. And 5 isn't going to kill me. I'd like to be able to bring back the Cult Conscript when this finally does die. Is that too greedy, though? If I let this in, am I going to just be dead next turn? I think I have enough blockers for next turn, actually. Let's block this. Keep my health total high so that I have a chance of killing them. Do I still have my War Leech, by the way? I do. That would be a nice creature to draw. That thing doesn't really matter. Playing the lands because it lets me pump the Apparition, I think, is pretty important. So now we have a very credible threat of lethal next turn, I think, even with Urg gaining some life. We can easily attack for 4 plus 5 is 9. And they can get more than that, but it's expensive. Okay. It's a lot of damage, obviously. 7, it looks like. Gaia's Blessing, or Gaia's Might would be lethal. 8, 9, 10? If they want to just blow up Urg all the way, they put me at 1. They'll be at 11, which means if I draw like Shore Up or something, that's lethal? No, because I won't have enough lands to pump this as much as I could otherwise. They almost lulled me into passing. I was so used to hitting OK. I was waiting for them to do it one more time. Oh, but they can't because they need green and black. So they don't have. Now their combat trick? Yeah, they have green and black. I don't know why I thought briefly that they couldn't. Okay, well, we're sort of dead, right? I don't have any life gain. They have 4 attackers. I can play a 3rd blocker, but I can't do more than that. I don't think I was wrong to attack with a 4/4. But looking at it now, they're at 13 and I'm at 1, so maybe I was wrong. I don't think there's any hope left. I can do 9 damage, or I can play this and do 8 damage, or I can do no damage and have 3 blockers and just lose. So, I guess we go for this. What went wrong this game? I mean, Tatyova was scary, but I mostly dealt with it pretty quickly. It was like these 2 creatures that were the problem, right? The Necromass and the War Leech. I had to spend a lot of resources on them and still take a bunch of damage. Cutting down the Raven Man was obviously good. Or no, I Urborged it? I don't remember. No, just like a reasonably close game that I did not win. And there you go. 4 wins. Not an embarrassment, not fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.